As this piece of hip-hop history turned 30 years old this weekend, let's talk a bit about Ice Cube. Hi, I'm the hip-hop collector. hiphopcollector.com. I remember buying the 25th anniversary edition like it was yesterday, and now it's already the 30th. Time flies, and we're not getting younger. So this one, also the vinyl here, became 30 years old. Ice Cube. I remember first time I heard Ice Cube was with NWA, like probably many of you. Was standing on the schoolyard and a guy gave me a Maxell cassette and he told me like, hey, you have to listen to this. One side was Public Enemy and on the other one NWA. My life changed, that's for sure. Back then, of course, was still very young, so I had no salary or whatever. I was still in school, so I could not buy albums myself. So the only way to listen to albums, new albums, was actually hoping that someone you knew even had the album, or somebody recorded it from the album and just gave a tape to you. That happened for me with Public Enemy, NWA, and later on many more, until I was old enough to have like a little job or whatever to actually buy albums myself. I have them all here. I also have them on vinyl, most of them also on tape, but felt like checking out my CD collection. So first up, America's Most Wanted. Super classic material. Wow, this is just amazing. This is from A to Z, powerful. That's how I like it. Followed by Kill at Will, the EP. Also very, very cool. The Death Certificate, of course, now 30 years old. The Predator. This was the first one I bought on CD. I remember that clearly, going to the store. I still remember where I was sitting, listening to it. The store is long gone, sadly. But this was the first Ice Cube I actually bought with my own money. And the cool thing is that this is also one of the first rap albums I bought on CD. A lot of memories for me, this one. The Predator, so cool. Then it was followed by Lethal Injection. We all know that one. And I must admit, from that time on, I got lost a little bit. You have the War and Peace albums. Came out in the late 90s, but the late 90s, early years 2000s, that were for me not like the best moments in hip-hop. So for me, the first ones will remain forever and ever the best Cube albums. We have the Love Now, Cry Later, Raw Footage, I Am the West, and Everything's Corrupt. And that last one is the one that I like the most from his last albums. It gives me a good feeling again, it's really nice. But like I said, the Predator, that has so much emotional value to me because it was one of my first rap albums on CD. Remember putting that in the CD player that I just received. Wow, that was so cool. I wish I had some money earlier so I could buy the death certificate and America's Most Wanted also, but that came later. I was also once very close to him in Amsterdam. I was in a backstage of a West Coast festival. I came to a few meters or yards, whatever you prefer. But then some bodyguards stepped in and said, no, not further. I saw him perform, it was cool, it was very nice, it was a nice festival. The Dog Pound, E40, Too Short, Mugs, Exhibit. It was a really nice festival in Amsterdam. But Cube, Cube. That will be like forever one of my favorite artists, for sure. With his time with NWA and then the early 90s with his solo albums. Wow. So what are your favorite albums by Cube? You also prefer the early material or more his last work? Let me know in the comments, I'm really curious. See you all in next episode. Peace.